Okay. Are we live?
Okay.
We are. Let's see here. What the hell? Oh, it just went off. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. We have the music at the right levels, the mic is at the right levels, and we have access to a working build of the game. You absolutely love to see it. All right, now, with that being said, where to even begin, right? There's so much to check out in the game, just in terms of like where we're at with the development of everything. Because there was like a week of downtime, there's a lot more points to check than there normally would be. And unfortunately, I only have one phone that has access to the game, whereas ideally I'd like to actually, wait a second. I'm gonna borrow that over there actually. Hold on, wait a second. Now, the most important thing I actually want to check out is the ranked PvP functionality, right? We should be at a point where you can hop into a game and the winner gains rank points, the loser loses ranked points. And I just want to see if that system is working first. Also, something that I've been noticing. Yeah, there's lag. There's lag on the animations for the shop. Because I've been noticing this a couple of times. I did a showcase for the app the other day, and that was a problem that kept on coming up. We'll clock that in at 2 minutes. Lag when the pack animations. Darn. Also, my computer has been doing this thing recently, where the keys will just stop working randomly, right? And it's random keys, so I lost the ability to type the letter C just now. But in any event, so that's one thing to keep an eye on. I should probably get my phone. Honestly, having two screens, like two laptop screens to stream on, would be ideal as an investment, but I feel like I would just rather get a PC before I did that. It would just make testing a lot more coherent and cohesive. Anyway, let's skip out of this, go back over here, and we will head into a game actually. And what I want to see is I am currently silver rank 3. Right? I'm currently silver rank 3. Let's go in with the War Drums deck. Right? Now, if someone... So this other account is silver rank 4. The matchmaking system shouldn't put us in a lobby together. Okay, it looks like it's working. Now, after 30 seconds, I wish I had timed that. After 30 seconds, it should say, you know what, we can't find anyone else, so we're going to put you in a room with this other person who's not the same rank as you, just to make it so that, okay, there's you're more likely to be matched against someone of your rank than you are to be matched up against someone random. So in the next 9-ish seconds, if it's working, let's go. Okay, so the time limit works. Beautiful. The only thing is, I think we should put a timer on. There should be a timer in game, so that's 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's just say 4:40. Include a timer in game to show how long a player has been matchmaking, and add a message saying that I should probably actually pay attention real quick. Well, actually, no. This game doesn't have to matter necessarily. And add a message saying that you're looking for players in their rank, which then changes to searching for players after 30 seconds, right? That way it's yeah, that way it's just clearly communicated to the player exactly what is happening. Now for this, I'm just going to surrender on the other screen, and I should gain rank points, right? Holy shit! Sorry. Yeah, no, that worked, and that worked well. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. I didn't know how many arena points I had before this. I'm at 550 now. So I'm at 5,500 now. So let's go again. And also the person who exited, my opponent quit, but they didn't get shown the message that they lost arena points. So that, oh, wrong button. That is something that is going to need to be done, where when you surrender, you still need to see the message that you lost, right? So that would be time coded at 6 minutes in. 6 minutes in. When you surrender, you still need to see the message that you lost AP, the game, and how much AP you lost. And then something that I would like to add over here is when you win, it needs to show you how much AP you gained, right? Just a visual indicator, because if I surrender over here again, I didn't gain anything. Okay, so new bug. I'm gaining sigil. Well, actually, let's actually check to see if I'm really gaining those sigils and guild tokens. What's our time code? About 7 minutes in. My AP is not increasing when I win games. Currently, I have how many sigils? 27,550, and I have 12,000 guild tokens. Okay, that I can remember that. 27,550. Let's try that one more time. So it looks like a good chunk of the rank stuff isn't working perfectly yet, unfortunately. Well, that's to be expected to an extent, right? Still searching. Has it not been 30 seconds? Okay, now it has been. All right, and again, we just surrender. 25. Did we gain anything? Nope, we didn't gain jack. Okay, so it's not working. The player is not gaining anything. 9 minutes. 9. The player is not gaining sigils or guild tokens after they win. The game is saying that the value has increased, but nothing actually changes, right? Because looking over here, I still have the exact same values that I did before. Yo, Oni boy, how you doing, friend? Welcome. Right, looking over here, I still have the exact same values that I had before. And yeah, nothing is changing. I hope that the stream, it's being annoying. Well, actually, maybe it's not that it's being annoying. Maybe it's more so that I'm doing things that I don't normally do, and that's causing confusion within the stream itself. I'm doing good. Checking vibes. Yep. Looking at this. Oh, flip's sake! It didn't actually show. Okay, all right. So that means I need to stay on this screen. So. Let's get more footage of the error just so that they can actually see it. If I come over here, I currently have 2750 on my guild, on my sigils, and 1200 guild tokens. So if I go over here, enter a game against myself, checking to see what you're up to. I'm just doing some general testing, my friend. We have a new build of the game, and so I'm testing the new additions, making sure that things are running the way that they're supposed to. So far they're not, but that's okay because it's to be expected. I've also seen people work on their projects, motivates me. Hey, you love to see that, right? Love to be a motivating factor, right? Yeah, it's just trying to iron out bugs, trying to catch things as they arise. I'm thinking that 30 seconds might be too long for matchmaking. Let's reduce that timer, right? So there's this thing in the game where if you're higher ranked than someone, it searches within your rank for an opponent for the first 30 seconds, and then it expands to the wider pool. Let's change that time limit. Let's change that to 20 seconds. Change time limit to 20 seconds. I feel like this is longer than 30 seconds. But again, maybe it's because I'm just not counting and I'm not paying close enough attention. You know what? Hold on. Cancel. Let's go in. This is at 25, 26, 27, 28. So that means if it started at 25, then exactly at 55, I should be let into the room. True. 30 seconds can feel long, unless if you added an animated loading screen. That's money. That's money. So I think I will just reduce the timer. 55. Okay, so it's like a second over 30. Okay, I was about to be like, oh no, it didn't work. Anyway, I had 27 550 on my coins. If my opponent surrenders here, quit, yes. Wait, what? Why is it working now? What is happening? What? No way. Don't gaslight me, game. Don't gaslight me. Okay, no, this still didn't go up. Good, so it still didn't go up. But it looked like my arena points changed there. 13 minutes in. Yeah, let's change this to 13 minutes in. God damn, now we have to actually look into the AP because it looked like it went up there. How much AP do I have? It's not showing up over here. Okay. Does that mean it only shows up on the leaderboard? Let's check. So I am currently at... I'm ranked number 2. This says I lost AP. What? This says that I lost. Okay, so I'll cite this at 14 minutes in. My AP went down. 14. My AP went down when I won a game. So it looks like there's something there. It's just happening at random. I don't really know why. Yeah, I could not give you an explanation as to why it has happened the way that it has happened, but there we go. But yeah, this is fun to see. So far we have had 29 players, right? 29 players who have taken an interest in the game, come onto the leaderboard and played a little bit. I kind of want to do a reset for everyone. because I have an unfair advantage. Brandon has an unfair advantage. I don't know who these people are, but they've also got advantages in their back pockets because of what we had going on before the system was implemented. What's the next thing I want to test? Okay, so, oh my goodness. So the victories, yep, this has been added. We will test, please showcase. Okay, so the player profile menu is not showing how much AP the player has or how much they need to get to the next rank. So let's add that to our list. Gosh, there's so much to keep track of. Hold on. Let's see here. Players are entering exclusive matchmaking pools, which is really, really cool. Right, I'm not able to progress through the ranks because, yep, 250, 125. That's all working. Okay, what else needed to be tested? Disabling players on older builds from being able to play the game. We'll check that in a second. So what I actually want to look into is the errors, not just the new stuff that's been found, but specifically errors that have arisen since the last build that I submitted. Let's see here. Okay. My sister's texting me. Apparently there's some commotion going on around the holidays, but we'll check that out in a sec. Alright, so the game duplicated one of my opponent's copies of Reaper Hollow 3 times. That's not something I can replicate with ease, so I'm going to take that off. Call of the Dead skipped my opponent's draw phase. Alright, so I need to hop into a game against myself. Yeah, I really didn't think this through for testing purposes, because for testing specifically, this just gets longer and longer. Actually, no, this is the wrong deck. This is if I'm testing the Call of the Dead. Let's go in with Pile Reapers and see what happens. Yo, Brandon, how you doing, my guy? What's good with you? Holidays are very busy, very slow for my own projects. What kind of projects are you working on? What do you have in the back pocket, friend? What's the views like? What's the views like? But yeah, no. This build it's got some cool stuff in it. Some stuff isn't working, which, that's fair enough. Whenever you've got new stuff in it, there's always errors. But one thing that I am liking, well, quote, air quotes, liking, is the fact that the matchmaking system is in place. So because if you're a higher rank than your opponents, so how do I test this? Where's Call of the Dead? All right, let's put this on the field. And let's put down. We just need someone to die. So on my opponent's screen, I will just send over some attackers. And I also got Frozen One playing the bot on wave 5 one time. So if there's, generally speaking, without like footage or knowing exactly what caused it, there's no real way to feed that back to the developers, because like we need to narrow and pinpoint down the specific things. But that is frustrating. I do know that that's frustrating because it happens to me from time to time. Which I always try and screen record when I'm playing for that specific reason, just in case something comes up. Also, I'm going to transform this. Edit transform, and let's go. Let's make it so that the face down cards get a little bit more shine. 800? Nope. That means it would be. Oh yes, I want to attack. That means it would be 750 maybe. Yeah, let's go 740. Okay, so I should get the prompt to activate Call of the Dead. Beautiful, I did. Let's go 740 on this and raise this up a little bit. And we are going to say yes. Activate Call of the Dead. Chronos should immediately be added back into my hand. Right? No muss, no fuss. The turn ends. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he didn't get a chance to swim. I have a main project and a side project for Burnout. See, I love that. People don't understand how valuable it is to have more than one project going on at the same time. If you can manage more than one project, I always advise. Okay, so I need to watch the opponent's screen. They still drew a card. Did I draw a card? It does not look like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards they have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I should have 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Call of the Dead works properly now. My opponent didn't draw. My opponent still drew cards. I didn't draw anything. It did not affect them whatsoever. I'm going to stop all of these shenanigans that I have put in place. Can you guys hear me again? I have no idea what just happened. Legitimately, I haven't the foggiest. I haven't the foggiest as to what just happened. Thank you for helping me catch that, Brendan. I appreciate you. But yeah, no. So what I was saying was so your main is an action adventure game based around a Caribbean mythology, and my side is a TCG based around sci-fi bounty hunters. That is really, really, really cool. I have a side project going on right now that is about African mythology in general, which it's been in development for a little while now. Really liking where it's at. But it's also just really cool to think, because yeah, I'm not from the Caribbean. I have no knowledge of any of that. It's so cool to think that there is a whole other world, a whole other sphere that's there to be tapped into. Why do I have hiccups? Yeah, I would get burnt out so often, so I decided to have a side project. I finished a tabletop game not too long ago, but that was a side project. Actually, fair enough. Right? It is also just nice to like experience the catharsis of finishing things. Like with how big of a thing Summoner's Nexus is, because it's taking years to get to it, I've had to have projects along the way that I've done to keep myself from getting discouraged, because it's like, okay, year after year after year, you haven't quote unquote achieved or finished building the thing that you're working on. So for that catharsis, for that a momentum boost of what the heck has happened to my guild button? Right? Yeah, like my guild button just is not there. Even after I reset, because I reset specifically, guild button still not there. I reset specifically for that. Thanks. I reset specifically for that, and it's still gone. So I guess I just don't get to check my guild thing anymore. Right? Really, there might be crossover. I'm Cuban, and our mythology has a lot of African influence. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I think because, like, for example, you guys also have Shango, the god of thunder, over there. So in researching for Motherland, I actually learned a lot of that background information in terms of, like, okay, the slave trade and how some of the mythology ended up being carried over. But yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you guys have the Orisha as well, exactly, right? But no, that is very, very cool to see. You absolutely love to see it. But yeah, that's I wish. Why isn't the guild button working on this device, but it is working on the other one? Right? Like, I have one device where the guild button is working fine. Another device where the guild button is not working at all. Oh. No, okay, it was a lie. When I pushed the guild button on the other device, it also started doing the Spiral of Doom. So, somehow, maybe... But it's Sunday. It's not like they would be working on the app right now. So how... Oh, you know what? It'll exhaust me if I get into it. Let's just move on. Alright, so we've tested and confirmed that Call of the Dead is working properly. What else can be tested now? Reaper's Contract shouldn't be freezing the game anymore. Every time freeze was being used, it would literally freeze the game. Okay, let's test that. Right? Let's test that. Let's see what that says. We will go War Drums. Right? I'm light skinned but plenty of black cousins. My ancestry says I'm 10%. My ancestry says I'm 10% West African. I've never done my ancestry. That's so cool that you know that, though. Right? Nah, but bringing all of this stuff to light and, like, because people talk about Western mythology very often, right? But African mythology, and I guess Caribbean mythology, sounds like it's very adjacent to what we have within African mythology. It doesn't get as much shine as it should. My guild button isn't working either. Okay, so maybe they've done something. Maybe they are working on something, right? Maybe they are working on something right now of all times. Because for all of the guild buttons to suddenly stop working at the exact same time, because Brandon, if yours has also stopped working, then that is indicative to me of something greater, something more substantial at play than just a technical error. I'm going to play against myself here. I will try and be as proficient as possible. Forest Woodland is what my opponent would need to play. And I would just need to play these 3 cards. And we really just want to test to see if freeze doesn't freeze the game anymore. Alright? So, declaration phase rolls around. I can see what my opponent put on the field. My opponent would activate tutelage in this situation. I would respond with introduction. My opponent would... Did you check with your team? It would be funny if they're fixing something. See, here's the thing. Now that you mention it, I could actually check in with the team and ask, but that's tedious. We're gonna incinerate here onto Kalpa Banyan, and in truth, actually, my opponent should. I'm dumb. Why did I incinerate? I'm being dumb. Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean to push Incinerate over there. What I meant to push was Freeze over here. We'll discard Card Exchange, and we'll freeze Kalpa. We'll freeze Kalpa. And let's see if the game plays on properly. Yeah, when you push the guild button, the main page button, and then it's stuck loading. Yeah. So something's gone on with the guild system, and it's weird because literally earlier in the stream I was using it just fine. So maybe they have tweaked something while we've been live. Let's play some forest counters on our opponent's end. Our opponent would put a counter over there. Forest Guard Startup places a full counter for them. They're boosted up. They're feeling good. I would Forest Woodland. Let's increase Kalpa's attack. Yeah, the guild button was working yesterday. Okay, so yeah, that means this is just a random one-off thing. I'm not gonna count this as like a big error. Or something majorly wrong with this build. It's just sort of a slight annoyance, I think, more so than anything else. I work in advertising, and I remember getting so frustrated because a team member accidentally saved over a version I had finished, rewriting everything I did. Nah, see, here's the thing. Working on a team is tough. I struggle, especially if it's a situation where I know what to do and the other people involved don't. Specifically because I feel like as people, it's very difficult to not let egos get involved. Like, people don't like the idea of knowing less than someone about something. Like, if you tell me, oh, hey, this is the job that I'm supposed to do, but, wait, what? Why is he still frozen? Why does it still say that he's frozen? Why does it still say that he's frozen? Kalpa Banyan is still frozen. Okay. 333. Freeze is lasting more than one turn. Which I don't know how that has happened. The problem with freeze was that it was just freezing the game, but the rune itself was working exactly the way that it should have. But somehow, I guess, in the fix for it, they stopped it from freezing the game because we're still in game, but the rune is now broken. It looks like. Let's see if Kalpa Banyan moves, even though he's still frozen on the screen. And the declaration phase. The wave starts. Let's just cancel this. We don't need to waste time on effects on this end. Movement phase 1. Yep, Kalpa Banyan is just frozen forever. And on my opponent's screen, he is not... Wait, what? No, on my opponent's screen, he's not frozen. He moved. On my opponent's screen, he moved just fine. Wait, why couldn't I activate Ring Armor? What? Why didn't Damien get the prompt to activate Ring Armor? Why was Damien destroyed? We've just desynced completely. Got it. Because on my screen, this guy has advanced all the way over here. And on my opponent's screen, this guy has already advanced all the way up. Whereas on my screen, he's stuck over here. On my opponent's screen, Kalpa Banyan has moved up and he's no longer frozen. So yeah, freeze is still broken. Got it. Yeah, no. I just have to... I don't know what else that would be. and is completely broken, causing desync. Because again, ring armor worked fine last turn, right? Ring armor was able to block Minos' attack. So the only thing that's changed is the issue with freeze, which would have caused desync that led to the other issues. So there's no point in writing down multiple errors when it all traces back to the one thing. Oh, I'm trying not to get overwhelmed, but there's just... oh, there's so much. Right? Right? Agree, you need a clear chain of command. She's parallel with me, that's why we collided times. Yeah, that's the tricky thing, right? So I do work with sort of, yeah. I mean, yes, I want to control. I like to control everything with Summoner's Nexus, just because, like, it only exists in my head. So no one else knows how it should work, at least not to the same extent, I suppose. So I am very particular. Oh my goodness, I think I'm just off today. I think with everything, because all four of the games that we're working on have gotten updates. I tested for second chances today, and I think I'm feeling a little bit of that burnout. I think, yeah, I know that this was done. The VFX have been added. We'll take that off. Chainmail. We need to test the chainmail ability. But you know what? This might be one of the ones where I do on my ones. Honestly, I'm feeling off. Take one step at a time. Make a list. Here's the thing. I have a list. It's just that and this is a problem when we have shortcomings in development, where if one person fucks up, it makes it very difficult for everyone involved. In that, normally the workload and the amount of things that needs to be tested is measured, right? You send me a build, I have a week to go over it, find bugs, you work on those bugs, and then when it's time for me to test to see what has been corrected, there's only like a week's worth of stuff. But because of the login error, the current list of things that need to be tested is like 2 to 3 weeks long. And it's just like I've been picking away at it little by little, even outside of these streams. But sorry, one sec. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. And rather than, because I thought I would do a one stream where I would like tackle everything, but I'm already feeling like, okay, so many of these things are still janky. I would rather sort of touch these up. And then do a gameplay stream knowing what is sorted, because there's so many, like, we've just been adding to the list while the game couldn't be played properly, and it's long. So I might need to hit up Zane and split it between us or something. Right, I apologize for that, because we've been waiting for a new build for so long. I was so excited to like see it in action, and yes, it works. Yes, the game works again and everything, and that's great. I just feel drained all of a sudden. I'd like to lie down and then take a crack at this when I'm a bit more rested. So if you want me to help out, you can send me a list of the thing that can be tested when an update comes out, and I can test you. That is, to be honest, that might be a shout. That would be massively appreciated. What we sort of do is, well, actually no, I don't know if I can. It's the offer is massively appreciated. I'll have to see if that's something that I'm actually allowed to do. Basically, we've got a law firm that sort of keeps track of all of our stuff for us. to do with like labor, this and that. And every time I consult them, they rather than being a retainer, every time I consult them, there's a fee attached to it. So it's like, okay, I compile a list of things that I want to ask them about, and then we go. So we sat down and did a big thing for like our employment and like how we hire. Like, for example, we have employees in Nigeria that are hired through an outsourcing firm in Nigeria. That's fine. And then Zane, who is in Poland, we can't hire him as an employee, but what we can do is contract him so we don't have to do taxes and this and that and so on and so forth. So anytime anyone is doing work for the company in any format, it's something that I want to take to them just to make sure I'm in the clear for everything. And I can't do that right now. So maybe it's something that I'll do later. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But yeah, okay. All right, I'm gonna jump at this. I'm gonna change approach. Rather than doing one big thing, I'm gonna probably just test one thing an hour. It'll be slower going, but it'll be a more consistent pace, and it'll keep me from losing my mind. So we'll do that instead. I will catch you guys later, depending on what the build is saying and how well it works. We might still do like a regular gameplay stream on Tuesday on the Saul Plays Anime channel, which would be fun for just like matches more so than testing, right? It's the testing that's stressing me out. So, yeah, I will catch you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and in a bit.